Today on The Occult Detective, let's take a look at the Hellboy trailer.
Something in these hills. Something haunted. Evil. It smells like death.
How do you know that?
Dark things called dark things.
I heard tales about him all my life. Most just called him the Crooked Man.
We've got company.
All your friends, they all gonna die.
I'm a huge Hellboy fan. Naturally, right? Mike Mignola's occult detective, hell beast. He's just... they're wonderful tales that just delve deep into folklore and urban legend. And that's one of the things I appreciate most about it. I was a fan right out of the gate. I'm one of the few people that enjoyed John Byrne's initial narration for Mignola's story. But I think it has grown and evolved over the years since then and become, something quite special. Now, the movies have been kind of hit or miss. I really enjoyed the first film. Directed by Guillermo del Toro. Just a fantastic film. Ron Perlman was perfect as Hellboy. Had a tremendous cast. Guillermo del Toro's second outing with Hellboy, I'm a little mixed on. I loved the idea of it. I think some of it kind of fell apart, and I thought there were some pacing issues. But that said, I did love it. Then, of course, it languished. It just didn't make enough money for them to continue and do a third film, which was really too bad. And we held out hope for a long time that would happen. Instead, what we got was David Harbour as Hellboy in a Neil Marshall film. I like Neil Marshall a lot as a director. I thought the film was uneven, but it was very good and deserving of more. But now we have a fourth film. This time with Mike Mignola having a much more input on the film. We just watched the trailer, and I've seen a lot of complaints online about it, which I don't understand, because yes, it does look like it has a lower budget. I'm not familiar with the actor playing Hellboy, but it still looks like Hellboy. It still sounds like Hellboy, and the trailer to me just looks fantastic. I am a fan of the Crooked Man graphic novel, and that goes a long way. And you can see that on the screen. That's where you can tell that a comic book artist was kind of involved in this more heavily, because it just looks frightening. I guess maybe what it comes down to is the first three Hellboy films that we've been given have been superhero movies, right? they've been big action films. And this is the first Hellboy on screen that reads as a horror movie. And that's what this franchise has needed all along. This is unmitigated horror, and it looks spectacular to me. I'm not afraid of a low budget film, and I think that's what this is. I know that Christopher Golden had a hand in the script along with Mike Mignola. I'm not familiar with the director's work. I know that he did Jonah Hex and Ghost Rider. I liked Jonah Hex well enough, and Ghost Rider was, not high cinema by any stretch of the imagination, but it was watchable, and there were moments in it that I really liked. So, there's some potential here for the director to pull off something really good, and if the trailer is any indication, then I think what we're getting is exactly what we needed to revitalize Hellboy on screen, and that is to take him back to his roots and give us a horror film. So that's my take. I'm thrilled that Hellboy is back, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. Hopefully we can get, several adaptations out of this. Looks to be a good year for horror cinema. That's always a good thing.